boom, boom. So why you don't punch in a street fight? You shouldn't punch in a street fight for a number of reasons. One, it's not safe, it's not cool, it's quite aggressive, and you shouldn't hit people. The second thing, and really the most important thing, is to protect your hands, because there's always a risk that you might damage your hands. And most people are going to say to me, yeah, but I work out, I hit bags, I do lots of rounds, my hands are pretty tough, or I've been boxing for years, I can hit people and knock them out. Look, Mike Tyson, if I remember correctly, broke his hands in a street fight, so I'm pretty sure most of us will too. Now, the idea is quite simple, okay? If you hit with an open hand, especially the heel of the hand, you can generate a lot of power. So what we're going to talk about today is actually hitting with the heel of your hand, bang into the jaw, bang into the region, using the hand. So it's not a slap. A slap is basically like this. A strike is where you take the heel of the hand and you hit. Can you feel the difference? Yeah, you can feel the heel of the hand penetrating the muscle, right? Yeah. So would you like that on the side of your jaw? No. Okay, so the whole way to get power into the strike is, as always, is to use your body. So I'm going to show you two variations. One off the back, where essentially I've got my leg forward as usual, and my hand up. And what I'm going to do is connect the elbow with the hip. That's the most important thing to generate power. So the good thing about this is the power generation isn't pinpointed to the end of the knuckles. So when I'm striking, I'm not trying to get the power to the knuckles, I'm essentially getting the power blunt force to the edge of the hand. So when I turn and I strike here, one, I hit with the heel of the hand, boom, but I'm connecting the elbow and the hip. So the power essentially comes from the turn, boom, of the hips, and it's very powerful. So you've got a situation when you're striking and you're hitting. So if you put the other hand up, it's exactly the same. It's a little bit heavier at one, but you see how I turn. So watch again. So I'm turning from the foot to the knee to the hip to the elbow, and I'm generating power from there. So the great thing about this, as I said, is that you don't have to channel and line up the knuckle system to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the hip, to the knee, and so on. What you can do is be completely blunt force. Now, how do we use this in a practical sense? Well, if I can take this off quite quickly, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. The good thing about open hand strikes is that if I hit around and my partner block it, I can pull and use the hand to grab, pull, clear the arm and hit. So it becomes a situation one where I swing the arm and I encourage him to get his hands up, and then I can grab and clear the arms and grab hold of them and hit them. So they're quite effective. Another way you can use open hand slaps are if you've got your hands forward to fence or to bridge or to keep your hands away, and he knocks or pushes your arm out of the way, to use the momentum. That's a common way I like to teach it, is that with my hands forward, as he pushes the arm, I use the momentum to hit. But the power, as I said, comes from the fact that you use, bang, the waist. So what I'm doing is he's pushing, I'm swinging, hitting and unwinding. So now you've got a situation where you can hit around, and as you're hitting, you're slapping, you're bridging, and you're striking, you're moving in, finding, hitting, and notice when his head's down, I didn't punch the top of his head, I used the heel of the hand and I hit down onto the top and the back of his head, one, with the heel of my hand, which is quite powerful. So hopefully you've picked up a few points on this, but the general point is try to avoid punching, not least for the risk of damaging your hands. But if you punch someone in the mouth, you might get teeth stuck in your knuckles. I've got a few scars on my knuckles which aren't really cool. Well, they're good for dinner parties and good conversation, I suppose. But at the end of the day, if you use your open hand, it's not only friendlier, but it's also a little bit easier and safer for you to do. Thanks for watching.